Hello and happy July. Welcome back to my channel. Let's dive right into talking about planning for July and doing a quick recap of what happened in June.
Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.
So June was such a good month. I crushed literally all of the goals that were on my monthly vision board, to the point that like I was so proud of myself when I went to make my July one. So there's really just not much to talk about as far as that goes. I genuinely crushed everything. I think the only thing that I did not do was ordering my thank you cards, but I just now got my maternity pictures back and I wanted to use my maternity pictures to order them. So that was kind of out of my control. Otherwise, I crushed it. Even like my hours outside goal, if you watched my previous monthly plan with me's, I had set a goal for the month of May. I think the goal was to do 60 hours and I did 80 hours. So then in June, knowing with my garden and everything that I would be outside so much more, I set a goal of 100 hours and I got 119 hours. So we are crushing it. But I will say I've really slacked the first half of the year, because when I did the math on how many hours I needed to get outside for the rest of the year, like for the next 6 months, it's 110 hours a month. And it wasn't until the month of June that I actually hit over 100 hours. So I didn't really plan that out super well. I mean, I definitely am still willing to take on the challenge, but knowing that I'm having a baby, it is baby month, by the way, I was like, well, that's gonna be quite the challenge, but I mean, I love a challenge, so here we go. So speaking of that, it is officially the month that I am due. Now, if she decides to cook a little bit longer, it is possible that I could have her at the beginning of August, but I don't know. We will see. I am 36 weeks pregnant as I'm recording this video. It is July 1st today, so we are here in the present doing the things. So updated you on that. Honestly, like I said, my goals for June were mostly like, I'm so proud of everything that got accomplished in June. So let's dive right into July. First things first, what had to happen now that we are in a new quarter, we are officially in quarter 3, I had to make a new 12-week year. So if you haven't seen that video or you're interested in more about that, that's always gonna be linked below in the description box. But this was a really unique 12-week year that I made, because obviously I don't know when I'm gonna have this child, but I do know hopefully by a certain time she will, you know, have entered this world. So on the top of my 12-week year, I have some little blurbs up here and highlighted in red that are basically like likely on maternity leave. So this is subject to change or not going to get accomplished, because I am going to take a maternity leave. I'm not quite sure how long, when it will start, obviously, but I am going to take some time away from certain things, specifically like when it comes to my business, my health and wellness business. Like, I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna be sharing the journey. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram. My account is lisa.louise, and that is where you can keep up with me day to day in what I'm doing, health and wellness, but just overall life. I like to chat goals and things there. Obviously, this channel is very specific to goal chat, but I do talk about a lot of the day-to-day things there, so make sure to follow me over there, because I'm there every single day. Other than Sundays, I always do social media free Sundays. So, but I fully plan, just like I have shared my entire journey pregnant with my health and wellness journey, I plan to share the postpartum side as well. But when it comes to the business side of things and taking that maternity leave, it's basically just going to be taking kind of a step back from my inbox for a little while when it comes to answering questions and that sort of thing. I do have a private wellness community that I co-run with another friend and business partner. And she has already, you know, very much offered to kind of pick up any help that is there. But I have just encouraged, I sent out an email actually earlier this morning, kind of letting my clients know what that would look like maternity leave wise, and how, like, you know, my email is always there. You could always still send that email, but I'm just not going to necessarily get back to you quite as quickly once I'm officially on that maternity leave. You know, it might be me checking my inbox like once a week versus once a day. So little things like that are kind of how I'm looking at that. I've never done this before. I've never done a maternity leave, especially not working for myself. And when you run a business that you're so passionate about and that is literally ingrained into your everyday life, it's hard to be like, yeah, I'm going to take a maternity leave from that, because I'm like, but wait, I'm still gonna basically do everything else the same. The only thing that really would change a little bit is my interaction with clients and that sort of a thing. So I've really kind of tried to hone down on what that was gonna look like, and I feel really, really good about that. So with that being said, I made my new 12-week year. I have got my new vision board, and actually with my 12-week year, the way that it worked out, because I wanted it to start today, it's actually 13 weeks. So it's more of a 13-week year, but neither here nor there, doesn't matter. But I've got that there, and I feel really, really good about that. It's very, very simple, but I feel good about it. And then same thing with my July vision board. So I've got that made as well. As always, the template to this is also linked in the description box below. You can access that for free. I do use the website called canva.com, free website. You can create a free account. You can access this template and make it your own. So on here, I have got a workout program that I've picked. This will be the last workout program that I do before baby girl is here. It's only 20 minutes a day, so I'm super excited for that because I'm really busy right now and I have a lot of things that I want to be getting done and focusing on. And so 20 minutes a day, if I can get in, get out, be super efficient like that, modify of course as needed, I'm ready for that. I'm also going to be focusing on really simple nutrition, continuing to track that, mindset work every single day, listening to my daily fire, doing my Bible time, of course, continuing to focus on that time, that quality time with my husband, greeting him at the door, making dinners at home. Last week, me and a couple of friends made some freezer meals to kind of prep for when baby is here, even though we all joked that we're going to be eating these sooner than later. But everybody got to do it. It wasn't just for me, and I loved that because I went home with like 5 dinners, 2 breakfasts, and what was it, like a snack or something? I don't know, but it was just so cool to bring all that home and knowing that that's in the freezer ready for me, that I can just pop that into the oven or whatever it needs to be, and it's done for me. Like, that was so cool. If you have never done that, or you have a friend that's pregnant or whatever, I highly encourage doing that, spending some time. Like, the quality time of spending that with those friends was fun, but then also getting something out of it, you know, accomplishing something together like that, it just felt really, really cool. So that is done. Continuing to work my business until my child arrives is something that I'm still focused on. I got my taxes done, which feels super good. So I am literally done up to today with my taxes. So if nothing else, even if for the rest of the year I don't get the rest of my taxes done, I feel really good that I got the first 6 months done versus no months, because that's how it's been in years prior. So that feels really good. I have on here just continuing to work weekly, daily, making those plans. I made my new 12-week year and prepping for maternity leave. So I'm just trying to get a lot of things done ahead of time, scheduled, all of that, just to prep so that I can feel really good about stepping away and not feeling like I'm leaving my clients hanging or anything like that. Tending to my gardens. My gardens have been quite the headache this year, but I feel like we're finally making some progress on those sorts of things. So a couple of pregnancy specific things that I'm going to be working on is creating my kind of like my birth plan. I feel like that's a really intense way, but it's basically just a piece of paper that just has a couple of the things that I prefer to happen when it comes time, so that I'm not having to like remember them all or list them off or whatever whenever I go in to have this baby. So like, for example, one of them is my husband's going to cut the umbilical cord. So that's just one like bullet point that's in there that says husband's gonna cut umbilical cord, like that kind of a thing. So I have that on there to make that, to do packing lists, and then to go ahead and get my hospital bag packed, my husband's and my baby's, you know, getting her diaper bag packed, and then also going ahead and getting my car seat in my car. I've already cleaned out my car, but I may actually get it detailed. I don't know if that's a little too far. Maybe I'll just take it to, you know, the gas station or, you know, the car wash and like vacuum it out myself. But I have cleaned it out, so that feels really good. I'm officially in the nesting stage, I think I am. So that, prepping my house for baby. Also, I went, after all of my showers have officially been done now, I had 3 different showers, and I feel so incredibly grateful because we literally got nearly everything that was on our registry, and I just feel so blessed that so many people love her and love us enough to spend their hard-earned money. It's very hard for me to accept those sorts of things, so I just feel so incredibly gracious. But right now my dining room table is like covered in all the things. So I actually plan to do kind of a little pregnancy series right here on my channel where I'm gonna take you with me as I kind of change some things up. I'm gonna make a little diaper changing station right over here where my printer currently is. I'm gonna clean out one of these drawers and make that a drawer for her. I have an over the door like closet organizer thing that I'm gonna utilize, and then we need to get her bassinet set up. So a couple of things. It's not gonna be a lot of work. And then of course packing her, you know, hospital bag, my hospital bag, husband stuff, that kind of a thing. But I feel like that would be a really fun thing to share with others, but also just because organizationally, I've already had people reach out that are like, I did not do any of this and I wish I would have had someone that could have like inspired me to do this before I had my baby. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, then maybe this is something that other people need. Plus, I feel like it would be really cool to just like have this for myself and to look back on it. I don't know, I just think it would be really cool. So that's gonna be like a little mini series that we're gonna do here on my channel. So make sure to look forward for that. I'm gonna order and send out my thank you cards. I wanna make sure and get all of that done before she is here. 1 video per week, plus this pregnancy series. I wanna continue on with that. Continuing to read my fiction. I read so much fiction last month and I'm so proud of that. Being early, and then the one thing that I didn't spend much time on was the blogging course last month. But I have a feeling that once she's here, I'm gonna be sitting around a lot, or, you know, I'm gonna try to breastfeed, you know, that kind of a thing. And so I feel like I'm gonna have this opportunity. So I have hope, and I decided to leave it on my vision board for the month. So that is that. I went ahead and updated my bullet journal here. So I've got my new little spread for July. I always print a smaller version of the same vision board that we just went through. And then I create a little spread to track my hours outside. My goal for hours outside, since I hit 119 in June, I set the goal for 120 in July. The last couple of months, I have literally gone 20, almost 20 over, or right at 20 over whatever my goal has been. So I'm hopeful that that will be the case. Because like I said, this is the time that I spend the most time outside, even though I do love the fall. If we have a good fall, I will spend a lot of time outside then as well. But if not, I literally have to spend 110 hours outside for the rest of the year, like every single month for the rest of the year. And I know come like November and December, especially with an infant, I don't know how much of that I will actually do. So I'm trying to get more now so that I can maybe do a little bit less then. Even though I still want to keep getting outside every single month, every single day, I feel so much better when I do. The only other thing that I've got here is my Bible verse for the month, and it is 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and sound judgment. So this one really spoke to me because obviously I've never gone through labor before. I've never delivered a baby before. I've never done any of these things before, and you know, crazy things happen. And so I just really, this called to me because it was like, I have no reason to be fearful at all, because God has given me a spirit of power, love, and sound judgment. And my body was meant to do this. I am ready. I have taken all the classes, done all the things. My husband called, so I'm not sure where I got cut off, but that is all I have for you. So I hope that you are so excited for July. I'm so excited for July. If you can't tell it, I'm feeling just ready, excited, ready to take on this month. Keep things simple, but be focused and so clear on my goals. It's amazing how when I sit down and I make my vision board, especially doing the 12-week year, and just have an idea of like what's to come in this month and the couple months ahead, and not overwhelming myself with an entire like year-long schedule, but just like this month and maybe a couple months ahead, how much better I feel. Like I don't feel stressed, I feel excited. And that, in my opinion, is how goal setting and all the things should be. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope you were super excited for July, and I will see you in my next video. See ya.
Give me all your love, give me all your love.